Oh my God. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, today is a very, very interesting day because something came up in my mind and I'm like, yo, I need to talk this with you. It's very, very interesting because I'm sorry for laughing so much. It's about crushing a girl in the primary school, you know? Yeah, I don't know if you guys have the same feeling with me, like the real love as they talk about in the society was happening in primary school, okay? I mean, like the pure version of it, and maybe the second great version of love was in a secondary. Universities, there was so much calculation, and now society. Does it even exist anymore? I think it is personal interest that exists in the society of today. So, today is about crushing a girl in the primary school. My experience. Okay. So, guys, just have a seat and let's walk through this journey together. You're going to laugh out your lungs. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, it's so crazy, right? It came to my mind. I was like, yeah, it's something that happened so many years ago, but it is still fresh in my memory, you know? Crushing a rich girl in the primary school, and a poor girl is also crushing at you. You know what that means? The combination is going to be awesome. Hey, welcome to this channel. My name is Don Franco. Stay around because it's going to be like boom. So explosive. Okay, let me start my story. And it all started in class 5. So there is this girl that came into our campus in class 5. Remember those days? Let me give you a pictorial view of what used to happen those days for those of us who came from tattered families. Man, most of us didn't go to school. We did it with shoes. We were barefooted. Right, our trousers used to be passed on the butt, okay? Because there's this kind of game we used to play console in our village where we used to slide, like we used our butts as the slide and we will flip through so many hills, especially when it was raining. So most of our trousers were always like passed by our parents, then they used to go through a lot of stress to do that, going to school barefooted, having patched trousers and uniforms torn. Why? Because we used to climb mango trees, we used to climb guava trees just to make sure that we harvest this fruit and enjoy in the village. You know, the village setup is one of its kind, you know. So this is the context. And most of our parents didn't have this kind of, like the money to give you some snacks, to give you some milk, to give you some fried egg, some fries and all that to go and eat in school. We usually go to school with our yams prepared overnight by our grandparents, or with sweet potatoes, right? That's been wrapped in some plantain leaves for us to go and eat in school. So the experience in primary school was one of its kind. You know, you don't want to miss my experience. It's so awesome. The title of this is Crushing a Rich Girl in Primary School versus a poor girl crushing at you. Did you have this kind of experience? Sit up, man. Let's talk about the real thing. So, going back to my story, it's a story about a girl who came to our school in class 5. And the first day she came into class, it caught the attention of everybody. Everybody was like, whoa, man, she was beautiful, dark skin, and her shoes were very clean. She came into, I think that was second term, and there was dust everywhere in the village, but her shoes were canvas, the white canvas, very clean, with white socks. Whoa. You know, like all the G's in the class, like everybody want to see, like, whoa. So I fell for her. I was this kind of guy. I started becoming so intelligent. I think in class 6, I was very dull, and I don't know if I'll say very dull, but I was timid actually. in class, So I like, oh, I started admiring, started crushing her. But do you know, there was a song that used to be sung on my name that I didn't discover that song was being sung on my name until, before I go to that song, there was also this other girl in our class that we started class 1 together. Yes, she's still alive. I think one day I'll have to call her and say, yo, I'm sorry. So she used to crush me, but she was very poor too, Like she was poor. She used to bring there's this kind of guava. She'll bring me a guava. If her parents give you anything, she want to share it with me. But my attention was not on her, actually. That's when I actually understand that there is real love in primary school. Okay, so when this girl came in, you know what happened? That day, the teacher, who was a lady, decided to tune a song that we used to sing before in previous classes, but that song was actually addressed to me, and I didn't know until I was told. The song goes, this is a boy who can read, but he cannot write. Where is him? That's him, And each time when they sing this song, they point at me. I didn't actually know. I thought that this was a choreography of the song, and this action's like, where is him? That's him. That it was a kind of thing that everybody. Oh my God! Like I thought that that's him action was like you could point at anybody that you wanted or you liked. I didn't know the message of the song was addressed to me right from class 2 because this is a boy who can read but he cannot write. I knew how to read, but my writing was so terrible. Okay, so what happened? What actually happened? That day, that this new, very well-dressed, dark-skinned, beautiful girl came into class, they decided to sing that song again. Oh my God. This Madam, we used to call her Madam. I don't want to call her name, but big up to you. You were so nice. Great teachers that we have in those days, right? And they said, this is a man who can read, but he cannot write. Where is him? That's him. Do you know what happened? It was because that topic, when the new girl came in, that topic we were talking about characteristics of living things, right? I could read that. I could read. I passed the first test of reading it. But the second test was to write it, actually, to write the word characteristics. It was chaotic for me. So chaotic. So I couldn't write. I'm sorry. I couldn't write the word characteristics. So when I tried several times, because the teacher was counting much on me because I could read, she decided, she got angry and she tuned the song again. So as they were singing, this new girl, because she was still new, she was just observing. She was like, whoa, what's going on? Everybody was pointing at me. She started also pointing at me. I was like, I was still pointing at her like, okay, you. All right, okay. So what happened was that as time went on, I struggled. Like each time I would try to go closer to her. I would try to do some certain things to go closer to her. The girl who was crushing me noticed that actually I was crushing this new girl. So what did she do? One day I was like struggling to approach this girl. She was just standing isolated on her own. I went closer, but I didn't have the guts. This girl just came and stood in front of me. This is a man who can read, but he cannot write. Where is him? That's him. And she said, woo, you can read, but you cannot write. That is when I started digesting the message in that song, right? And I actually, so all along this song was sung on my name. I got frustrated, got infuriated. I went back to my class. And then that day we went home like any other day. This was the first attempt that I tried to approach this girl. But there is this thing I noticed, that each time I gathered the momentum to go close to this girl, something will always happen. The first case was, the second case was, in our days, we used to travel. Like teachers used to get some contracts with people who were building the houses, and they would take students, pupils. They used to call them pupils, to go to travel to these places to carry blocks, right? And so there was this Friday that I bought a sweet potato, well furbished, grilled by my grandmom, right? And then I was like, okay, let me just give it to her. I shouldn't say anything. Boom, that day it was day to go and carry blocks. What am I going to do? I kept it inside because I had this a small bag that I used to wear by the side, traditional bag I used to wear by the side, and it was kind of that bag was made of it's actually a bag that we used before for salt. So I bent it, and I adapted some ropes, and I was putting my stuff inside. So my sweet potato was inside. So that day we now went out to carry blocks. What happened? You know, that kind of thing, you want to impress her that you are the real G. I went and carried 2 blocks. I doubled 2 on the head. I was struggling that she should also see, but unlucky for me, the teacher had put the girls on a different line. So I was coming, pram, 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 pram. Out of a sudden, I hit my feet on a stone, and boom, that was me on the ground. Remember, it's January, very cold in the village. And when you go to school barefooted, your feet are like... So I don't know, there's a kind of a layer on the ground, very cold. What happened? I fell down and the bricks got scattered. Just the moment I fell down, it is when that girl came out. And she saw, oh my God, this is so disappointing. This is so disappointing. What am I going to do? At that moment, that other witch girl that is crossing me like, I knew this one was going to fall. Why were you carrying 2 blocks? Meanwhile, people were only carrying 1. Oh my God. Guy, my fans, I'm sorry today it's very special. I just said that, let me laugh this out with you. And I also want to, to share me your story, how, like, even on the comments below, how you lived, what the kind of experience that you had when you were in primary school, and about crushing. Did you really crush a girl, or did a girl crush you? All right. So now, I went back home that day. I was re-strategizing. What am I gonna do? Okay. So I went back home that day trying to re-strategize. What am I going to do and all that? And so it happened that we were gradually approaching the end of term, and we needed to do what we call handwork. And in our school, they will want to see you do it. So I wanted to fix a broom, a broom. I wanted to fix a broom. So I woke up that morning. I forgot to go and actually get the palm fronts. All right, what I was going to use to make my own broom in school. So I woke up that morning. I rushed to the bush to get the palm front. Unfortunately for this poor G, I went to school late. The punishment was, whether it is sunny, whether it is cold, whether it is rainy, once you are late to school, do you know what's going to do? You're going to kneel down from a very long distance, and you walk on your knees till you get into class. Yeah, I used to see that as wickedness though, but big up to my teacher. That time, our discipline master per se, the guy who used to take charge of our discipline, was a man, and I liked the way he took us actually. So that day, I was planning that, okay, I'm going to catch up. I must do something to impress this girl. When I was coming, I was caught among the latecomers. Come see kneeling with Yamukutabak, kneeling with a palm front. We walked until we were approaching the class. I was struggling to hide. She was just looking at us as we were passing like that. Mission aborted. How will I speak to her? How will I talk to her? Meanwhile, I came late. Meanwhile, I came kneeling, barefooted. Man, you know, there's something about men. There's something about men. No matter how old or young they are, men always like to brand themselves. There is this ego in a man, no matter how small he is, he doesn't always like to be reduced. Yeah, he doesn't always like to be reduced in front of a woman, especially when he is crushing that woman. Okay, so what happened? That day passed. I went back home. What am I going to do? And now she is this kind of a girl, like when she's at the assembly, she caught the attention of everybody. Very clean. But do you know something I want to tell you? Do you know till today as I speak, I never ever told that girl that I was crossing her. If she's watching, forgive me, auntie. I think after this, I'm going to search for her WhatsApp or her Facebook or something to say, I used to cross you. She's already a big woman now, actually. That was a long time ago. All the effort that was happening, she never knew that was what was going on. Oh my God, this is very crazy today. So that's it. I went down. I was like, yo, what am I going to do? Is it when you guys are playing a football match and your team loses, it is when you see her around? It is like the day you dress well, she will not come around. There is this day that my mom went to a nearby village and I decided to take my Christmas shoes. I wore them. That day I was ready and bent to come and tell her, like, I like us more B. Yeah, more B. Like we used to say in the days, I want to make you B. Do you know what happened? That only same day is the day that this girl was having headache and she didn't come to school. Can you imagine that? That was a Friday. I don't know if this girl was just being wicked or what. She didn't come to school. She didn't come to school. And then when I was going back home, that same day, one of the pair of the shoe that I brought to school, I didn't know where I kept it because I was used to going to school barefooted. Don't get anything twisted. In those days, it wasn't true because your parents were too poor or too rich. Guys always like this kind of attitude to go to school. Even if you wear them shoes, they will go and remove it. So we actually went climbing trees and I forgot that I even brought shoes to school. When I was about to go back home, I went searching for my shoes. I didn't get the shoes. I got only one pair of the shoes. Those one side, right? Do you know what happened? My mom, when I was going back, my mom had to really return to the village that she went to. And what happened is that she discovered that I went to school with the shoes and the other side was missing. And the parents in those days, when they bought you Christmas shoes, you wear them occasionally. Maybe you are going to church, maybe there is an event, or rather still, you have to wait for another Christmas before you wear the shoes. So I broke the rules, right? My mom decided, okay, on Monday, we will go to that school. Who, according to her, maybe somebody took the shoes. Like the side of shoe, right? But I actually misplaced that shoe. Certain sports shoes like that. On Monday, my mom went to school early. We didn't have assembly yet. When I reported it to the guy who was in charge of discipline, the headmaster was not even, I think it was the headmaster, was not even there that day. And now, when she reported me, they brought the thing to assembly. I was standing at the assembly with my friends and they just came and called me up. I went up at the assembly and they started questioning me, asking me questions. Come see English. What happened with your shoe? I don't want to call the name they used to call me in primary school. I was like, when I was coming, they say, what? When I is coming, what are you talking about? Can you speak good English? I shouldn't. I was expressions, like we were so used to speaking pidgin and the dialect, so much so that speaking English in primary was luxury, and this thing was mostly reserved for these rich girls that I'm talking about, and they used to speak this kind of English. My father told me to come and tell you that you should tell me that that kind of English. Like, it was not even good English though, but ours was worse because we didn't even know which expression, which subject to use, which object to use, and which verb to use. I couldn't, and I started stammering. I was just shaking. Come and see who is staring at me. That girl left from the line, and she stood aloof, like she gave herself 2 minutes. She was observing. She was zooming in. Oh, mama mia! Primary school, I died. And then, as she was zooming at me, I couldn't explain myself. The discipline master decided to flog. I decided I would not cry. Man, that part be the flog man. Oh. That part be the flog man. I said they won't kill you. I squeezed my buttocks. I will not cry. I squeezed this thing that I will not. 20 canes. I feared. On the 15th, I said I gave up. I started shouting, woman. As I was shouting, she actually felt sympathetic that day, I think. She was a little bit sympathetic. Okay. So, when they finished flogging me, they asked me to kneel down. The other kids went to class and see who came to sympathize with me. That poor girl who was loving me. I didn't love her. So, you see, I've been not saying I should bring this children for school, so But that rich girl, she didn't have any time to come around. Man. Several instances, the same thing. Whenever I try to brand myself to go and I want to move B, she will always mess up. And then that academic year, actually, before it was drawing to an end, the unfortunate thing is that her father was transferred again. Her father was an HDO. Her father was transferred again. And what happened was, it is that day, the last day of classes, that this girl came to me. Hello, how are you? I wanted to tell you that my father is going and my family is going. So bye-bye. Hey, come see anger. The love that I was brandishing for this girl all along, it turned into a kind of furious anger. Like, whoa. So all along, you are even noticing me? So that, that you are going to leave. That's when you are coming and say, my father tell me that I should come and tell you that. Hey, primary school. Now, what do we for primary school? Oh, sir. The obstacles, they be plenty. But you know what will happen? The next year we'll go class 6. And they say, man, all my friends, they talk, say, I get girlfriend. The kind of girlfriend that we're talking about in those days, actually, it is not the fornicating one, It's not the fornicating. It's not the fornicating girlfriend that children in primary school, children, before some of the children leave primary school now, they already have real boyfriends and girlfriends, But in our days, the crossing and the girlfriend-boyfriend thing was just to share gifts and be happy. That's it. Like some of my friends used to say, they have boyfriends, they have girlfriends. Do you know what happened? The next year when we were going to class 6, I decided that, okay, this girl that has been crushing me all along since we started class 1 together, let me also okay, in the absence of a crocodile, more manage frog no. The first day of school, we went. And when I met this girl, I was like, you don't be my friend, blah, blah, blah. I want to B. She looked at me like that. I was like, negative. I have my boyfriend. Hey! I said, ooh. Yeah, man. Let me say, they never talk, say, cut your coat according to your size now. Now for real. Love your level. love your age mate, love your poverty mate, love your pakoro mate. No go love level when we are all no. So that's it. I mean, I like the experience was a very good one. I know that so many people have this kind of experience actually, and if you did or you are enjoying this crazy video of mine, why not like? Why not follow me? Why not click that notification button, right? And share to so many people. Share to so many people, so that whenever I upload a video, you will be part of the crazy world that I'm into. So in fact, that aside, actually, there is also this experience that I had in secondary school. I don't know if it's right to talk about it in this video. Let me just say brief about this experience. Where like, you know, like guys in secondary school, I mean, like the love at that level, you know, guys are a little bit more mature and they didn't want to go into real stuff, you know. There is this guy that I noticed in our group, like, he was very humble. He used to, when he loves a girl, he really loves it real. And we knew that he was real. Some of us who were players in secondary, we had girlfriends, but this guy never had a girlfriend. Any girl that he will go walk through, chat her, buy her gifts, do everything to her, the girl will end up saying negative. So I don't know if is it really like to be so good in secondary or what. Like his experience actually kept me wondering, you know. It was good in terms of character, humble. I'm like, what is happening with this gender of Eve? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was your boy Don Franco, and it is just for laughter, this video. Yeah, I hope that you did enjoy it. If you enjoyed it, man, like it. Like Don Franco's solutions, right? We're going to have a couple of talks like this, and especially business, wherever you are in the world. If you want to do any business in China, don't forget to hit me up on my WhatsApp, on my pages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, every page, my TikToks. Let us do business together. Don't get anything twisted, right? We are here to help you. I hope that you actually enjoyed this video, and I'm going to see you next for another one.